Hey flower letter friends, and welcome to another love letter from Hannie. I am excited to talk to you today. I hope that your fall is going well. I am loving the cooler weather and the beautiful colors and inching closer to the holidays. This is my favorite time of year, and so I hope that you are your fall is off to a great start. Today's love letter is all about the healing power of creativity. And I'll give you a little bit of backstory for that so that it makes a little bit more sense to you. So this last week, we didn't have a love letter this last week because I was out of town working on one of our collections. And I was reminded of this healing power of creativity pretty powerfully while I was away. We've had a lot of things going on in our lives here at home. And also, you know, on top of the flower letters, it's just that much more going on. So we've been putting in our yard, and we've also we're on a time constraint because we want to get it in before the winter, and we've also just had puppies, as you've probably seen in one of our in our newsletters. So we have been really busy and it's been great, but it's also just kind of added that extra straw to the camel's back, if you know what I mean. And so while I was away this last week, I kind of just had a moment of just burnout, I guess is what I would call it. And my body just said, no more, I'm done. And so I was kind of given the opportunity to slow down a minute and just kind of takes a little bit of time to rejuvenate myself. How's that? And so what I ended up doing is well, first I panicked a little because my body was saying no more and my brain was saying no more. And I was like, but I got a ton of stuff to do, so this isn't really an option. But so when your body tells you no more, then you kind of have to listen, especially as you get older. That's what I'm learning. As I get older, my body is the boss. So anyway, while I was away, I was kind of just panicking a little bit, going, okay, what do I do now? And I just sat a minute and I just thought, okay, Hannah, what did you used to do? What did you used to do to kind of rejuvenate yourself and replenish the creative well? How's that? And the thought came to me of just this idea of what I used to do is I used to take some time and just do something creative and something that just really made me happy. And you're probably thinking, well, Hannah, you're creative all the time. You create the letters and you do the artwork. But the difference is that I do those things for my job. Those are things, they bring me a great amount of joy. Just, I feel so blessed to be able to do what I love for my work. But they don't, because of that a little bit of pressure that's around it, it doesn't bring me the same rejuvenation that I need, that we all need when life gets a little bit overwhelming. And so what I did is I was staying at this lovely little Airbnb down in one of my favorite towns in central Utah, and it was gorgeous. The colors were starting to change. The weather was perfect, and so I went out on the back porch, and there was this gorgeous view out in the west desert. And so I took out my watercolors, which I haven't done in years, really, and I just made a landscape. Now, the landscape was not great, just to make that clear. But that's part of my point. It doesn't have to be great. But what it did is it brought me a great amount of joy, and I was able to just have that restfulness that I needed, and kind of just zone out for a little while doing something that just makes me really happy. And when I was done, I was ready to get back to work, and I was ready to kind of go back to the pressures of life. And I just wanted to kind of talk to you about that today because I feel like, you know, one of my core beliefs is that we are all the children of a great creator, whatever form that takes for you. And so as children of that great creator, we are also we inherit this need and desire and ability to create and be creative. And I feel like when we honor that part of ourselves and take the time to be creative and to really just immerse ourselves in the joy of that, no matter what form your creativity takes. There's endless forms of creativity. I feel like it really is like a pressure valve on life. It kind of just releases that pressure and gives us a new perspective and just helps us manage the stress in our lives quite a bit more and quite a bit better than without it. And so I just wanted to share that with you and just remind you of the joy of being creative. And as we get to the cooler weather and we want to be inside a little bit more, and also as some of us, I'm one of these people where as I get further into the winter, I get a little bit more blue. Creativity and doing something creative, having something that you can just lose yourself in for a little while, I believe really helps with that and really brings more joy and peacefulness into our lives and fulfillment into our lives. And so anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. If you are at a loss of how to be creative, I have a few resources for you that I'm going to link down below. I used to do a YouTube channel that was just focused solely on being creative. I haven't been on there in years, so it's not updated very recently, but there are some fun ideas on there. And there's also this other resource called Skillshare, which many of you have probably heard of. It's a wonderful resource where you can go on for free and get access to some of the classes. But if you want to pay their month membership fee, which is $10, not a huge deal for what you get, not a huge deal. It is a great deal for what you get. But you can go on there and you have access to all their classes. And the wonderful thing about Skillshare is that they're short, bite-sized segments of classes. So you could kind of squeeze them into your busy life whatever you have time for. I have a few classes on there as well, but there's so many wonderful resources of all kinds of different creativity, that's what I love about it, is there's something for everybody. So I hope your fall goes splendidly for the rest of the season and that you are really enjoying the beauty of the season. And I will talk to you next time. Take care.